Welcome to my new video. In this video I will explain the if condition in LINQ. If you haven't seen the other LINQ videos, I recommend that you check the videos out before watching this video. You can find the links to the videos in the video description below. Let's start. If condition plays an important role in code, and is present in almost every code. An if condition can also be used in a LINQ query. The structure of an if condition looks like this. It is the same as in any programming language. You always have two options, true or false. If a condition is true, a statement is executed. If the condition is not true, the other statement is executed. The true path is then. The false path is else. How do you write the if condition in LINQ? I will show you right now. First is the if statement, then brackets. There are three parts within these brackets. The first part is the condition. The result of the condition is always true or false. Then we have the part, then. Here you enter a calculation that is carried out, if the condition is true. The last part is, else. Another calculation is entered here, which is carried out if the condition is incorrect. This means that only one calculation is carried out by both of them, because a condition can only be true or false. To make the if condition easier to understand, I have the following example. We have an array that consists of three numbers. We want to set the following condition: if the number is equal to 2, this number should be summed with 5. If the number isn't equal to 2, that number should add up to 10. First we have the number 1. 1 is not equal to 2, therefore calculation and else part is carried out. 1 plus 10 equals 11. The next number is 2. 2 is equal to 2, so the calculation and then part is carried out. 2 plus 5 equals 7. The last number is 3. 3 is not equal to 2, so the calculation and else part is carried out. 3 plus 10 equals 13. I'm going to implement this example in UiPath, so that you better understand how to do this. But there is one question. Where can you use the if condition in a LINQ query? If condition can be used in any statement. This means that you can use an if condition in the following statements. You just have to look where you need it. I will now switch to UiPath to implement the array example. First I create the variables. We need an array variable. The variable has this default value. I create another variable for the output. Both variables are of the type array integer. Add an assign activity to write the LINQ query. First is the from statement. Here the variable n is defined, which represents the numbers of the array. Then I add a let statement. Here I am defining a new variable. Here I will write the condition. As mentioned in the example, we need to check each number to see if that number is equal to 2. That is the condition. If the number is equal to 2, that number should add up to 5. We write that here. If the number is not equal to 2, that number is added to 10. We write that here. So the condition is done. We select the variable. At the end I add the toArray function to convert the output to array. The query is ready. Add a for each activity to output the numbers of the array to the console. Set the type argument as integer. Add write line activity. Write the following in. The code is ready and can be executed. As you can see, we have the following result. The numbers 1 and 3 are added up to 10, because they are not equal to 2. The number 2 is added to 5, because this number is equal to 2. This example is finished. I have another example of an if condition in a data table. I have the following table in Excel. The table is in sheet 1. The table has only one column. In this column, we have different names. I want to check which name starts with letter A. If the name starts with this letter, I want to write yes in the second column. If the name doesn't start with this letter, I want to write no. I want to save the data in a new table and write this table in sheet 2. As you can see, sheet 2 is empty now. First we need to copy the Excel path to use it in UiPath later. Add read range activity to read the table from Excel. Enter the path here. Clear the range to read the entire sheet. Create a variable for the table. Create another variable for the output table. Add build data table activity to set the columns in the output table. Create the following columns. Name is from the original table. Begins with a is the new column, which we want to calculate with the LINQ query. Add an assign activity to write the query. First we need to get all rows from the input table. Then we define a variable for the new column. Here we set the if condition. First we have the condition, where we check if the content of column name begins with A. If it starts with A, we need to write yes, else we write no. After that we need to add the rows to the output table. We have two columns in the output table. The first column will be filled in with the content of the column name from the original table. The second column will be filled in with the variable A. At the end we need to get the output as DataTable, therefore I added the function, copy to DataTable. The query is ready. Now add write range activity to write the new table in Excel. Enter the Excel path here. Change the sheet name. Check the option Add Headers to write the column headers in Excel. The code is ready and can be executed. As you can see, we have a new sheet. In this sheet is the table entered. We have now 2 columns. We see that each row has the word yes, where the name starts with a. All other rows have the word no, because the name doesn't start with a. I have another example also in this video about the same query. What happens if we don't have any rows in the output table? You can see the names in the original table. I will change the query and add where statement for the query. In this where statement, I will mark only the rows where the name is equal to Stefan. We don't have the name Stefan, therefore the query has no output. I will run the code to show you the result. As you can see, we have an exception, that the table doesn't have any rows. I will show you now how to fix this issue with if condition. I will add an if condition at the beginning of the query. I will check if the query has rows or not. If the query has rows, the output will be the result of the query. If we don't have any rows, the output will be the output table. That means, we will get an empty table, but without any errors. Change the sheet name to write the new table in a new sheet. I will run the code now to see if we get any errors. As you can see, we have a new sheet. This sheet is empty because we don't have any rows as output from the query. I hope you enjoyed the video and could learn something new and interesting. See you in the next videos.